Seven of Coins is a card of assessment, of reconsideration. So this is totally in line with that Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, Leo. So it's really just a good time to take a look and see where your efforts are going and what sort of fruits they're producing, what sort of results you're getting as far as where you're putting your efforts. There's one thing about Farmer, which is that he puts in effort over time, and he's a very patient card. So he's got a garden here that produces fruits. And what it's saying is, do you like the fruits that you're producing? It's a good time to reconsider and revise and reassess that. The difficulty with Seven of Coins in reverse, because it's in reverse, it's saying that you may be having difficulty having patience with something. In the upright position, Seven of Coins is willing to put in the effort and wait for the things to grow, wait for the things to ripen, the fruits to ripen. I think of a vineyard, and if you let the grapes ripen over time, the sun absorbs into them and they become sweet. But if you try to harvest something before it's time, then it can be sour. So my recommendation to you is to have patience, especially towards anything that you've been putting time towards, to wait. It seems that you may want to collect the harvest or collect the fruits of your labors, but you may need to let those sweeten on the vine. So really just a good time to reflect, to pause, to relax. One of the things I like about this card is in the Rider-Waite, he's resting on his staff here, on the hoe that his garden tool. He's just reflecting. So good time to pause and reflect. If you can allow yourself the time to just think about things, to revise things, to re-strategize, to reset your sights, all the things we talked about with that Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. Think about, is this the mountain that you want to be climbing? Are these the results that you want to be getting? Is it worth your time and effort? And see if you can, because it's in reverse, it's saying there may be some challenges to you taking a time out, or having patience, or letting things sweeten on the vine. Try to just let those things, you can see them blooming, try to let them sweeten up before the harvest comes. Because you have beautiful energy here for especially your own radiance, Leo, and partnership energy. These two are, if you can see, there's a couple featured in both of these cards. Now, this card, the sun, this is your image, Leo. You are the sunniest card, a sunniest sign of the zodiac. You have this golden radiance, and the sun is your planet. It's actually a star that reflects you, Leo, and this is who you are in your own natural radiance. The sun means integration of the feminine and the masculine sides of yourself. The sun is what radiates when we are full of self-acceptance, full of the radiance of the self, feeling joyful, feeling all those wonderful leonine traits. When you express yourself clearly, when you radiate that confidence, that joy, it's these sunflower images. It's like when you are seen, this is a lot of vitality that's available to you at the beginning of January. Some of you may be very inspired about this new year. And it's kind of, I love the fact that there's couples in both of these cards. I'm going to say it's a great time for couples. It's a great time to exchange hearts with someone else. It may be that you're feeling very open, Leo. So I'm going to say it's a great time to focus on the radiance of your natural self, integration of yourself, as well as showing up in that relationship and exchanging hearts with someone else. If you're in a relationship, wonderful time to focus on that, to enjoy it, to enjoy the sun shining on you, to enjoy the exchange of hearts. I'm going to say it might even be nice to go out with your loved one and have a cup of whatever it is that the two of you enjoy together, whether it's going out for a picnic and sharing a cup of tea, or sharing a cup of cocoa, or sharing a drink together, whatever it is that that brings that sun shining on yourself and on your relationship. Beautiful time for that, Leo. And for those of you who are not in a relationship or not attached, it may be a good time to go out and meet someone because the sun is shining on you. You're radiant. You've got, I would just say, go out and wear gold. That's your color, Leo. You know, go be, Leos love to go to parties. Leos love socializing. Leos love being in the spotlight. So go be in the spotlight. The sun is shining right on you, Leo. And it's partnership energy is showing up for you. So either enjoy it if you're in the middle of a relationship, great time to focus on that and just sort of soak up the sun's rays there. Or great time to go out and have the spotlight be on you, Leo. Great time to attract that loved one. It's great partnership energy for you, Leo. And you know, this is saying maybe you don't have to work so hard. This is 10 of Wands, and 10 of Wands is a card of oppression. You can see in here his back is almost breaking. He's tired. He's weary. He's been carrying this for a long time. When I see this card show up, Leo, I always ask, what can you put down that's not necessary? What can you let go of? And it says to me, too, that you may be having a hard time letting go of something or putting down, like you have a full plate here, Leo. And it's saying that you may have a hard time doing anything that's related to like editing work or assessing what it is that you want to keep carrying or what you want to let go of. And especially if it's someone else's baggage. If you're carrying something that has to do with someone else, see if you can allow yourself the opportunity to let go of some of these wands, because carrying all of your stuff and everyone else's is not serving you, Leo. And this card is always a question of what am I keeping? What am I holding on to that's not necessary, that's not mine, that's extra weight? What's dead weight? What's excess baggage that you can get rid of? It's going to be tough for you to let go of that, I'm seeing, because this card's in reverse. But I'm going to encourage you to push through that and say, what's not mine? What do I no longer want to carry? What do I not want to carry with me into 2017? There's going to be some stuff that, in order to lighten my load, it's going to be a challenge for you to let go of some of that because it's in reverse. There may be resistance to letting go of any of that, but I'm going to encourage you to try that out and see if you can let some things stay behind. You may have that feeling of like, I can do it all. I want to do everything, but it may not serve you to do everything at once. Is what this card is telling me. And then there's some changes happening here. You've got 2 5s, by the way, surrounding. In fact, you've got 3 5s in this spread. 5 of Swords, 5 of Coins, and 5 of Cups. So 5 means change. 5 means transformation, switching things up, doing it in a different way, getting new insights, letting go of stuff, letting go of old clutter, letting go of emotional stuff. So I'm going to talk about 5 of Swords here. 5 Swords represent wisdom. It's the mental realm, so wisdom, insight, knowledge, thoughts. And 5 of Swords here looks at the setting sun and says, what can I collect? What are the insights? What are the thoughts, ideas, knowledge, wisdom, insights that I can collect from the battlefield that the sun is setting on? And I'm going to go as far as saying that this is probably 2016. You know, this is the past year. So what wisdom, what insights, what knowledge, what information can you collect from 2016? What are the things that you want to, what are the gems, the treasures that you want to take forward with you, watching the sunset on any conflicts or any struggles or any battles, because this depicts a battlefield. What are the conflicts that you want to leave behind and that you can take these insights, wisdom, knowledge, reflections, hindsight? Because, Leo, another really fun card for you, 3 of Cups is coming out for you, right in line with this Sun card, which is your card. So 3 of Cups means celebration, festivities, Joy. In the Rider-Waite, there's 3 women dancing. Sometimes this can be dancing and drinking, so be careful that you don't go overboard. But this means socializing. This means surrounding yourself with like-minded people, people who love and support you. It could even be going to parties and festivities with your loved one. Like, I like all these 3 cards together. You know, this is the relationship exchange of hearts. This is that sunny, vital, radiant, golden energy that is very Leo in nature. And then this is 3 of Cups, which is celebrating, being around friends and family, being around like-minded people, surrounding yourself with people who support and love you, who have this shared emotional element. And it may be a time of food and drink. It may be a time of merriment. So enjoy that, Leo. Go to some parties in January. Go to celebrate the things you've achieved in 2016. And go, drink, dance, be merry. This is a great card of merriment. So enjoy the people around you. If you feel in any way that you've been left out in the cold, or that you may be suffering from financial loss, that's echoed here in 5 of Coins. And the message here always for this card is that it's a choice of focus. You may want to focus more on the spiritual rewards of things, the spiritual element, because when 5 of Coins shows up, there is some way that there is a feeling of being left out in the cold, or feeling like with materiality or things having to do with the material world, that you're not necessarily receiving what you want or need, and that you're needing comfort. I would even say that there may be comfort in your relationship if you're in one, because this is 2 of Cups and this is 2 of Coins that's surrounding this sense of loss. So maybe lean on your partner to comfort you, and not to feel like left out in the cold, not to feel like a beggar, not to feel abandoned. And there is also Page of Coins in reverse here. There may be an opportunity financially that is available to you that you're not seeing. This Page of Coins is optimism and willingness towards receiving material gains. This is a card of being open, it's a communication about money. It's sometimes like a job offer, or some money coming towards you, lifestyle, payment, again, job, income, anything to do with coins or materiality. So I think that perhaps some of this sense of loss or financial loss, feeling left out in the cold, feeling like you don't have enough access to the materiality that you want, the money or abundance that you need, is because you're not seeing an opportunity that is available to you, Leo. So there's something that there's a message. Think of it as a page boy, a messenger boy that is saying, here's some money that's coming to you. Here's some income. Here's an opportunity. Try to hear that and try to see that, because that will help allay any concerns or fears of loss. Try to be open, optimistic, enthusiastic about money that can come to you, because that's what this guy's about. When it's in reverse, it's saying like you're not seeing it, you're not hearing the message. So try to open your ears and eyes and senses towards Page of Coins, who's trying to come to you. You may even want to Google Page of Coins and see what else he's about, because usually it's communication, it's openness, it is willingness and enthusiasm towards money. So maybe it's starting a new job, being like a novice towards something. Not necessarily needing to be the expert, being open to starting anew, especially in terms of money. And by the way, that's going to fill your heart. So these are 2 pages, and this is Page of Cups. So this also echoes the younger side of yourself, the more naive side of yourself, the willingness to be young and new and start anew, start as a novice. But this has more to do with your heart and what fills your heart. This is in the upright position, by the way. So taking a job that fulfills you, or pursuing a course of action that fulfills your heart. For some of you, this is going to be writing poetry or writing music, Leo is a very creative sign. So I'm going to say engage with your creativity, Leo, especially towards the end of January, whether this is writing, whether this is writing music, or performing music, whether it is in just engaging with some sort of creativity that fills your heart and makes your heart leap. That's what this fish is jumping out of this cup. It's the natural creative side of Leo that fulfills your emotions. And it's willing to try something new. So perhaps if there's a creative endeavor that you've always wanted to try out or pursue, but just haven't gotten around to it, end of January is a great time to do that, Leo. And it also represents, Page of Cups represents the younger side of yourself. So give yourself permission to play. Give yourself permission to remember what it was like to be young, because one of the definitions of Page of Cups is infatuation and passion, and being that young, joyful side of yourself that I'm just going to encourage you to engage with at the end of January. It may be that you're having a tough time seeing both sides of a situation at the end of January. This is compromise. This is temperance, which has to do about finding balance, finding compromise, seeing two sides of a story and then synthesizing those two, like finding the mutual balance, finding the common ground, finding serenity and seeing both sides of things. I'm seeing that you may have a lack of serenity because you're not able to see both sides of an issue. You may only know what your heart is saying, but it's going to be important to see the other person's side of something in order to give yourself serenity. And it may be that if you are having any creative blocks, because temperance is about synthesis. Temperance is about taking one element and its opposite element and synthesizing those two to form a new thing. That's what this triangle represents, that third element that is created when two things come together. I think of it in terms of creativity. With two people's creativity comes about, there's a whole new thing that couldn't exist between just one or the other. It's collaborative works that create something new. So if there's any blocks to creativity or collaboration or synthesis, I'm going to say just focus more on your heart. Focus more on what brings you joy, because there is some sort of block here in terms of collaboration, synthesis, what's the word, cooperation perhaps, or compromise. You might be having a hard time doing that, or getting to a place of serenity with that, getting to a place of balance. And this card too is about negotiation of joint finances. This is a card of communicating about finances. This is the Juggler, which has to do with being flexible, being adaptable. The high side of the Juggler card is having humor. Being able to laugh, being flexible, adaptable, having fun. The low side of Juggler is feeling like you're stretched thin, like feeling like, oh, joint finances, I have to borrow from Peter to pay Paul, or I just have enough, I'm stretched thin, I've got all these balls in the air and I can barely handle juggling them, and I'm on one foot and I feel off balance. That's the low side of Juggler energy. But the high side of Juggler energy is, not only do I have all these balls in the air, but I'm so adept and I'm so good at changing and adapting the circumstance that not only can I keep all these balls in the air, but I can do it on one foot. Watch me have fun. It's joyful. It's entertainment. It's fun and adaptable. So I'm going to encourage you, Leo, especially towards the end of January, see if you can adopt a sense of fun, a sense of flexibility. It's also in line with this Two of Cups energy. So you have the choice here, especially in regards to relationships. Do I want to feel the loss or like a victim, or that I'm left out in the cold? Or am I going to see the sense of compromise in terms of fun, adaptability, flexibility, and sort of laugh while I'm doing it, and connect to this younger side of myself and be joyful. Find out what my heart wants and negotiate for it. That's another Two of Coins word, is negotiate. So that's, if you're finding any lack of serenity in trying to find the middle ground, negotiate for it. With Five of Cups here too, there may be a grief or loss that you're having a hard time letting go of. This is Five of Cups, which has to do, remember the five theme, change, change, and change. This is emotional change, and this is emotional loss. You can see Five of Cups is looking at these three cups that are spilled and having to acknowledge some sort of loss, emotional. It's not all gone though, Leo. There's still two cups standing here for you. Only a part of it is gone, but you may still need to grieve and let go. And it may be difficult for you at the end of the month to grieve and let go of this certain particular thing. You may sort of feel like staying in this grief for a little while. But I always point out with this card, I'm going to say you may have a hard time letting go of something at the end of the month, especially something emotional. Because in the reverse position, Five of Cups says that there's resistance to that acknowledgement of letting something go, acknowledging the spilled cups. But I always say too, not all is lost. There's still these two cups standing. So even though there may be some sort of emotional loss at the end of January, there's still two cups sitting and waiting for you when you're ready to turn around and see those. So give yourself time, Leo, and see if you can at least acknowledge to yourself if there's any grief or emotional loss. See if you can at least acknowledge it, if not move on from it. If you have to stay here a while, that's okay. But remember, there's more love for you on the other side. So that's my reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Leo who you think might enjoy the message. I hope everyone has a great start to the new year, 2017.